Our next speaker is Enkhkhkhuslen Batjargal, and his speech is titled Values of Hard Work and Self-Love.
When I was in eighth grade, I used to have a God complex. If you don't know what it means you're a massive narcissist. I hated many things: school, teachers, classmates, assignments. You get the idea. But at the end of eighth grade, I realized I was in the wrong. It was wrong for me to hate the classmates who loved me dearly for being part of them. It was wrong for me to hate the school and the teachers for my own attitude. Because of this, I went for 3 months rethinking my life decisions on how I can be a better person when I enter ninth grade. And I did. But the final piece was missing for me to become a person that I could be proud of. Some time has passed, and I finished my freshman year. And then I discovered something. I didn't work hard enough for the success that I could have achieved. I got mad at myself, and I started planning on the things that I need to start working hard for. And so far, I'm doing really great. I'm happy as ever, and I've never been this productive in my life. However, this generation isn't. They are facing the same problems as I did at one point in my life. And the problems they're facing are, number one, they are not hardworking. Most kids nowadays genuinely think that just by doing nothing, they can get whatever they want while they waste their time on social media. In a report made by Immigration to Australia, it was found that 21% of Gen Z have become more relaxed at their workplace after the pandemic. At first, it may seem like a low number, but there's a chance of it increasing as the use of social media is rising every year and everyone is experiencing a dopamine high. In this context, dopamine high is believed to be when a person receives a random notification from social media. A small amount of dopamine is released into the brain. And some people will try to get that constant flow of dopamine so they can feel the satisfaction and end up getting addicted to it. And by getting addicted to it, productivity rates suffer, as hard work does not release the constant flow of dopamine the same way social media does. Problem number two, they are too negative. When it comes to feelings, this generation is the most confusing one. They are too negative on themselves or too negative on others. Some tend to push their feelings away, and some tend to overuse it. In some situations, they use it on others as a coping mechanism where it turns into a loop where everyone gets affected by it. Most of the negativity of the generation is driven by the areas that surround their daily lives. Due to poor work conditions, they experience stress, and because of it, they feel horrible at all times. In a 2021 survey made by Cigna 360 Global Wellbeing, it was found that 91% of Gen Z feel extremely stressed at all times at their workplace, which is leading them to feel burnouts and a lack of satisfaction. In another report made by LinkedIn's Workforce Confidence Report, it was found that 80% of Gen Z want to quit their job for a better one that aligns with their values. But that's just the Gen Z who are in the workforce. What about the teenagers? The suicide rates in the age group between 10 to 24 has increased to 60%. And emergency visits by suicide attempts have increased to 31%, while 42% of Gen Z battle depression. As these problems run so rampant in modern days of society, in some cases mixed in together, Gen Z have given up as they've been handed a bad deck of cards to play with. Gen Z is just really frustrated and lost. But we are the first generation to experience technology at first hand. And since most of this stuff is still brand new, we still don't know how to properly manage and execute it. But who said these problems aren't solvable? These are hard to confront, I know, because I've battled them as well. So the first solution is that do the things you hate like you love them. A lot of us hate studying and working out as it's too boring or too hard. But what if I tell you, that is what makes it so beautiful. Life isn't always about sunshines and rainbows. You have to work it out no matter how much you hate it. As to say, it will be a long and painful journey, but it will be a pleasure at the end. As the saying goes, one must imagine Sisyphus being happy, Sisyphus being you. On the other note, there are people who have achieved their greatness and success through hard work, ambitions, and with the obsession of obtaining that greatness. People like David Goggins, Muhammad Ali, Conor McGregor, and LeBron James, and so many more. If they were able to achieve it through hard work and dedication, so can we. Solution number 2 is that you need to love others and love yourself. You need to learn how to love yourself and others around you. There will be instances where there are bad people, but who said you need to waste your time thinking about them? Learn to forget and move on. If no one else will love you, who else will? Self-love is an essential factor of this generation. Don't be too harsh on yourself. There will be situations where you need support from others to pull you back into your shoes, which is why you need to start gathering close companions and who are willing to help you no matter the cost and no matter the time. Even people like David Goggins and Conor McGregor needed those people to reach that amount of success they have. As Conor McGregor stated once, "My girlfriend has been there since the start. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be where I am today. She has worked hard throughout the years. She stuck by me when I had essentially absolutely nothing." This quote alone supports the fact that you need to start gathering close companions so you can always strive. So at the end of the day, we need to start by fixing our mental health, by lowering our social media use and shutting off the noise and rethinking our life decisions on how we can be better, and start gathering close companions who are willing to support us no matter the cost. As the game of life moves on, you have to give it your best no matter the cost. At the end, it will be a great story to tell for many others, so you can inspire them as well. Be that person who starts to change first, so others can follow. Be the person who leads that group. Thank you.